Hello viewers, welcome to the video lecture series on machine learning. In this session, I shall discuss the different applications of machine learning. So here when I'm explaining the different machine learning algorithms, first I have listed out the major applications and then I'll be explaining about the other applications. So in the major applications, we have sentiment analysis, recommendation systems, voice assistants and technologies. So let us see these major applications now. Sentiment analysis. Sentences or documents are converted to sentiments like happy, sad and angry, which are captured by emotions. 5 stars or 1 star gets automatically attached when reviews for products or movies are given using sentiment analysis. Instead of going through the complete document, we can immediately come to know whether this paragraph is expressing some angry type of statements or sad type of statements or happy type of statements. Whenever you're giving reviews for the products which you have already purchased or movies which you have seen, then from those reviews it will get automatically converted to 5 star if you are giving an excellent type of review appreciating the product, or it may get converted into 1 star if you are giving a very bad review and condemning the product. This way the reviews itself are getting converted into 5 stars or 1 star or 2 star or 3 star depending on what is that you have described in the review. Then we have the recommendation system as the second major applications. So here already we are knowing that right from the first session of my machine learning series, I have been telling this recommendation systems. So this is every day all of us are experiencing when we are buying a product from Amazon, Myntra or any other shopping app. The app is recommending the user for similar kind of products which you are interested with, or it will also show below brought together items. So even when you are watching shows, then the related movies or shows of your taste will also be shown parallelly on the side of the screen. We have voice assistants now: Amazon Alexa, Microsoft Cortana, Apple Siri, Google Assistants. These are the examples of the voice assistants. They take speech commands and perform the tasks. So you can always get your answers from these voice assistants by asking them questions. Then the fourth major application is the technologies. So technologies like Google Maps and those used by Uber are used to locate and navigate shortest paths to reduce the time. So when you are traveling, in order to reach to a particular destination, definitely you will try to find out which is the shortest path to reach the destination. Also which is the path which is having less traffic so that you reach early or in time to the destination. Then Google Maps are the technologies that are there here to help you out. Let us see some more applications. The very first application here is the predicting bankruptcy of a business organization. So what do you mean by bankruptcy? A bankruptcy is a legal process that allows people or businesses to get relief from debts they can't pay it. Organization, when they start their business, they have to see that whatever revenue they are getting generated, whatever income they are getting generated from the business is going to help them to grow the business. In case the expenses are more than the revenue getting generated, then definitely it will lead to what? Bankruptcy. So next important application is banking. You can detect credit card frauds and predict bank loan defaulters. If you are giving the transaction history, so machine learning will definitely tell you is there any transaction which is fraud in the list. For example, you take there is some transaction which is happening in the midnight, or there is some transaction which has taken more amount than normally what you draw. So that way the machine learning algorithm will detect whether any fraud transaction has happened in your account. Predicting bank loan defaulters is what? The borrowers are not able to make the payments in time. Then we have image processing. So searching images, then identifying objects, then you have to classify the objects, generating synthetic images. So now this is also, we can see that most of the time we are having some synthetic artificial images getting created using AI. Develop chatbots for customer support, speech to text and text to voice. So this is a useful application. Most of the time when you are trying to browse or when you are referring a particular website, so from that website you wanted to know, or you are having few doubts regarding the content which you have read from the website, then how do you clarify those doubts and you want the answers to your queries. So nowadays we can see that at the bottom of that particular website or app, you can see one customer support chatbot. So you can enter your query and you will get the answer. Speech to text is also possible and text to voice is also possible in the chatbots. Then we have telecommunications. All the fraud calls and bogus calls can be identified. The callers of those fraud calls and bogus calls can be identified. We have one more churn analysis. Churn analysis is predicting why user switch to another provider. This is just an example I am giving. If you are using for years together a particular service provider, like if you are using all the time Jio and suddenly if you switch to some other service provider, let us take Airtel. So this Jio will try to find out who are the customers who have deviated suddenly from their services to another service. So that analysis is called as churn analysis. And there is a trend analysis also carried out by the telecommunication. So suppose let us take for example a customer A has set a trend that that customer is speaking over a call every day for some duration of time. Over months this is happening, but suddenly if that particular conversation or that type of call is not happening from that customer, they can be given with more type of discounts or some marketing strategies can be made for such customers. Next application also marketing. It can predict customer behavior such as which users are likely to churn or make a purchase, allowing marketers to take proactive measures. Example, retention campaigns, personalized discounts. Here the customer behavior is studied. If the customer is not interested in buying a particular product, then marketers can always take some measures. They can offer them personalized discounts. This you might have experienced. Suppose if you are buying some clothes from a particular shop in your city, every time you go to the shop and start buying some items and later if you stop buying from that shop, definitely you can see that there are some messages or the calls made from that shop owner and asking you to find out what is the reason for not visiting their shop, and the person will offer you some discounts also so that you continue shopping from that particular mall. So we have seen this games as one of the applications in reinforcement learning. So it will train the AI agents to play games. The AI agent learns the game by trial and error, and over time definitely it will improve its performance because it would have gained the experience by this trial and error. Natural language translation is another application of machine learning. You have Google Translate, text summarization and sentiment analysis. So translation from one language to another language is possible by Google Translate. You are an Indian, you wanted to speak to a person who is Japanese. So though he is not understanding the Indian language and you are not understanding the Japanese language, then this Google Translate will help you both in carrying out the conversation. Text summarization is there. There is a very huge text of 10 to 50 pages and you want to just summarize to a paragraph, then you can make use of those tools wherein you can get the summary of that document. Then sentiment analysis is there. This is the first one which was there in the list of machine learning applications. Whatever sentences, whatever documents you are having, from that documents, is it really expressing whether it is a sad, happy or neutral? Those kind of emotions can be captured using the sentiment analysis. Then we have the web analysis and services as the next application. Here based on the browsing history, okay, or browsing behavior of customers, the customers will be grouped and accordingly marketing can be carried out for those customers. So depending on what type of websites they are always referring. Then we have medicine. So prediction of diseases is one of the most popular applications of machine learning, predicting the lung cancer, predicting the heart diseases, predicting the breast cancer. So these type of diseases, if predicted early, then effective treatment can be given. Prediction of effectiveness of treatment using the patient's history. This is one of the application in the medicine. You are going to predict how effective the treatment will be there for this patient by looking into the patient's history. Then you have the chatbots also now to interact with the patients and to guide the patients in their course of treatment. Multimedia and security is another application. So here face recognition is one, identification of a person from a video, okay, video database, because you are having the videos and you want to identify a person from that video database, or it is a large image and you want to identify the person, and there are certain applications involving multimedia retrieval. So multimedia is what is a mix of audio, video, images. So any particular type of media you can retrieve using these applications. Scientific domains, discovery of new galaxies, identification of groups of houses based on house type, geographical location, identification of earthquake epicenters. So here the first one, discovery of new galaxies. See, machine learning is used in the discovery of new galaxies by automatically analyzing large amounts of astronomical data from the telescopes, and it will allow the computers to identify the galaxy candidates within images by classifying their shapes, their features. So this will definitely accelerate the process of finding new galaxies compared to the manual analysis. See, normally you're training the algorithm with some known galaxy images, then this will enable them to detect patterns indicating the presence of an unknown galaxy, and it can be used for identification of groups of houses based on the house type or geographical location, and even it can be used for what to identify the epicenters for the earthquake, prediction of earthquakes. If done, several measures can be taken to safeguard the lives of the people. So I'll just read out once again the headings: major applications, sentiment analysis, recommendation systems, voice assistants, technologies, and in some more applications we have business, banking, image processing, audio telecommunications, marketing, games, natural language translation, web analysis and services, medicine, multimedia and security. There are altogether 16 headings here under the applications. So this is definitely going to cover all the applications of machine learning. Hope you find this session helpful. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye and take care.